Hello, 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 Wings of Wisdom, listening audience, and Virginia's virtual viewers. We are going to spotlight Miss Tina J. Ramsay, Dr. Tina J. Ramsay on Wings of Wisdom. We are having a little bit of technical difficulties, though. The podcast coach is paving the way. But I am going to be right back, and we are going to have Dr. Tina J. Ramsay drop some golden nuggets on Wings of Wisdom for our listening audience and also our virtual viewing audience. We'll be right back. Yes, I am going to have to reschedule Miss Tina J. Ramsay. She is having a little technical difficulties coming into the live show. So hold on one moment. I am going to give her just another minute. One moment. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? We'll be right back. Dr. Tina J. Ramsay, I am so excited that you are here. Are you able to hear me loud and clear?
Hey, how are you?
I am grateful that you are here on Wings of Wisdom. Can you hear me loud and clear? I know we've been experiencing some technical difficulties.
Well, I'm happy to be here as well to come share and give me some wings of wisdom over here.
Okay. I know we are experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties, but I am grateful that you are here. I am grateful that you are leaning in on Wings of Wisdom. I wanted my virtual viewers to get a little backdrop on you, on your bio. So if you can convey, I know you have a lot of accolades in your area of expertise. You have mastered media. You have paved the way for podcasting. You also have a heart for homeschooling. So we want to know how you intertwine these three and how you are able to balance in excellence.
Well, for me, there's no, many people, they say they can balance various different things, right? And to some extent you can, but I have learned that whatever I'm focused on at the moment, I give my 100%. Okay. So and being that I'm doing things in my purpose and what God put me on this earth to do, He helps me so much. So when it's dealing with homeschooling, because I personally homeschool my children and I'm a former educator, special needs educator. So homeschooling was something that I never really thought about coming from public school education and being an educator in public school. But it really turned out to be a blessing. I was able to help other people, started my journey on YouTube about 13 years ago on YouTube, and then it grew and people started listening and then people started following. I didn't really think what I had to say was that important or that people would find value. It was more like, okay, I want to let people know how they can de-stress homeschooling. I'm sharing with them my experiences, and it pretty much grew from there. And then it flipped into, a podcast, a magazine, a TV show, a whole Facebook group of 23,000 people. So it grew over the span of time. In regards to media, I started the media side because I personally needed a place where I could share, right? And so that's why I originally started my podcast. It was therapeutic for me just to be able to dump out whatever I was going through, share my experiences without feeling judged. To my surprise, people was listening, because I don't know why I'm putting my stuff on public platforms and didn't think nobody would listen. But I was shocked when Spotify reached out to actually put my podcast on Spotify, which was about 7 years ago. And it just grew. And then it grew to this network because I found a lot of people like myself, podcasters and entrepreneurs, that wanted to have more visibility, but they may not have the following, or they didn't know how to maneuver the intricacies of media and podcasting. And so I'm a teacher by nature. So of course I started coaching and teaching everybody how to do what I do in homeschooling and media. And that's pretty much how it grew, out of the need of wanting to help people and in the need of wanting to make a positive impact, to let my life be a living legacy that will surpass my lifespan. And podcasting is everlasting. Media is everlasting, or evergreen, I would say. And I wanted to leave something behind. I wanted to leave something behind that can continuously help people. So that's why I do media, and that's why I do homeschooling.
Wow, that is powerful. I know Wings of Wisdom is built on biblical principles. And to me, when I embrace you as a podcast student, you are my podcast coach. And I'm grateful for everything that you have done for me thus far. But Proverbs 31 talks about the virtuous woman. And it says in the 10th verse that who can find a virtuous woman? And it also says, for her price is above rubies. It says her children will rise up and praise her. Her husband will praise her. And it also says in the 29th verse that many daughters have done virtuously, but thou hast excelleth them all. And when I look at you and everything that you've accomplished, you've been on all the major networks, ABC, NBC, CBX, Fox, Yahoo Finance, you just covered the alphabet. And you're worldwide, you're international. I was an international flight attendant for 25 years. I was able to see God's beautiful earth. But when you go global, 4 times best author, what do you contribute your success? I know it's the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, but as a visionary, what else contributes your success to operate at the epitome of excellency?
Well, I would say, of course, first and foremost, to God be the glory. Everything goes to Him. Give it to Him first. But literally everything that I do, it stems from the relationship that I have from God. He has really blessed me so much over the years. I mean, at 25 years old, I had a stroke that left me with amnesia. And I lived a relatively healthy life. I did the food, diet, exercise. I mean, I had asthma and mitral valve prolapse from childbirth, but it wasn't anything that I would think that would cause me to have a stroke. I was on a lot of different medications during that time, 12 medications, 12 pills a day and 4 inhalers, and how God just took me and just comfort me just like the wings of an eagle and just nurse me back to health. And so with that, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of dedication. There are going to be moments when you are building your business, building your brand, where you feel like giving up. And then it's going to be a person that comes into your life. Man, I'm getting a little emotional. It's going to be a person or people that come in your life that in the moment, I say, God send you some angels. All right. They help you be able to fulfill the purpose that God put you on this earth to do. And so for me, it took time. It took effort. I have coaches. I have mentors. I went and got training after I realized I had this skill. I had this natural gift that God gave me. And then I said, well, I know it's a natural gift, and I have the desire to do it because I want to impact lives at the end of the day and make people smile. But how can I hone in on what I do and make it better? So I went and found people that were smarter than me. I took classes, I got certified, and I just continuously build and grow over the years. And you have to be a forever learner. And you have to understand that part of your rise includes failing. I had to start, stop, and start all over again. You don't make the right decision every time. Sometimes you make good business deals. Sometimes you make ones that's not so good. But the key is, how do you bounce back from the moments that are not good? And so with God's help, I have an incredible bounce back. Okay. So it's just like I have this relentless desire not to never, ever give up, no matter how hard it is. Even if I say, oh, I'm in the fetal position, this is so hard. But then I think about, at the end of the day, I love what I do. And so I tell people to always do something that you love to do, that you would do even if you don't get paid, that really gives you joy. Because even in the moments when you're not making what you feel like you should be making, you have not reached the goals that you feel like you should have reached at that point, you will still keep going. And so I just keep going. I keep bouncing back with God's help. At the moments when I'm at my lowest, God always send me an angel or two or three. He sent people in my life like you. And the network, we just an interchange of encouragement. Everybody that's on CTR Media Network, I call you guys little beacons of light, because just as you're lighting up or illuminating the world with your messages, you're lighting my world up. You're motivating me to keep going, because your guys are the driving force behind why I keep moving, because I know I have so many people that is depending on this, right? And so the team and all of us, we pull together. And so all of us play a role in why I keep moving, why I keep going. But I would say, don't look at failing or failure as something bad. It's just teaching you and building in you resilience to keep moving forward. Okay. That is a part of success. Failing is a part of the journey, because with failure, you learn more. From when you fail, you learn how to solve problems. When you win all the time, what you really learn from that, other than I did it right. Okay. But when you fail, you learn, you honing your skill, and you can grow, and then you can teach someone else how to do it, because you like, okay, I know what not to do, know what to do. And this will get you from point A to point B quicker. So for me, keep going. Don't give up. And even if you get knocked down, dust yourself off and get back up and keep on moving.
Wow, Dr. Tina J. Ramsay, I am so grateful, because our connector actually was the legendary Kim Jacobs. And I truly believe that, acceleration, collaboration is the key to acceleration. And you made me think of Benjamin E. Hayes. He said the shame in life is not to fail to reach your goal or your dream, but to fail to have a dream and not even try to reach it. So it's powerful that you would say, whether you fail, you got to get up again, because in success, the opposite of success is failure. And you have to keep trying and trying again. And even, what is it, Benjamin Franklin? I think he said he made 1,000 ways that he knew that the light would fail, but he finally made the light. So it is amazing. It's amazing. So tell me, switching to homeschooling, I know you got a passion for podcasting, but you also have a heart for homeschooling. So those children who have diverse capabilities, I know you're a special needs educator. How do you approach that particular family when they have those children that have those special needs?
That's a great question. So for me, initially, it started from, like, again, a love to want to make an impact. Even from a young age, I have always been, my parents always heavily had me in volunteer work. So within the community. So when I was raised, I always thought about other people, right? Because I was always in places where I was helping. So that's a part of me. And so when I went to school, they're like, what you want to go to school for? I played music. So I had a full ride scholarship to a university for music. But I ended up going into the ministry work right after, because God was like, I don't need you to do this right here. So I did ministry work. But I did go to community college in the beginning to do early childhood development. Why? Is because I wanted to be a voice for the voiceless. And so I noticed with special needs children, some are verbal, some are nonverbal, depending upon what spectrum or what they fall up under. But I wanted them to know that they're loved, that they're special, that they're smart. And I wanted to play a little part in helping them pull out their genius zone, because no matter what a child have, quote unquote, what they say, it's something uniquely you, or something that is unique to them that God gave them that makes them exceptionally special. And I wanted to be a part of finding out, taking the time to find out what that was and helping them to see how amazing there is. And just because they have the label of special needs, that don't mean that they're different. It just means that they may be learning differently, or they have to go about it a different way, but they can do, and they can have a fulfilling life. And so before I got married, that's what I did. Got married, still was doing that. And then I became a mother. And then my child was diagnosed with autism, high functional autism, and developmental delay, and dyslexia, severe dyslexia. So I'm saying, like, God, I've been helping your people now, and why did you put this on me? It was hard for me. Get this, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a transparent person. It was hard for me to accept that my child had to deal with it, because I've been around this pretty much my whole adult life. And God wanted me to learn. I was able to look through the eyes and the windows of my son's life. He taught me a level of humility. He taught me a level of seeing. I thought I had all the book knowledge of what this does and what this is, special needs, but I didn't have the life experience of how a parent truly feels. I had read, studied about it, been in situations, coached different parents, but it was a different situation when your child. How is it that I'm going to advocate and fight for my child? The same way I tell these parents to fight and I fought on their behalf, but it's a little bit different now because it's me. And so that is why I do what I do, helping the parents know that they're not alone, directing them to resources, because I didn't have all of that when I first started homeschooling, and helping my son find out his unique gifts and watching him grow and thrive. So for me, it hit home. And now I understand why God allowed me to have such a special individual in my life, such as my son, because he opened up a piece of my heart that I didn't know I had. He helped me see things within myself that I didn't know was within me. And he helped me see the power of prayer and God, and how even when you feel like a situation that God allowed you to be in is too much, he always provides you a way out. And he used that. That was actually, my son being diagnosed, that was actually a blessing, because it helped me tap into a piece of me that I didn't know I had. And it also enabled me to be able to help people who I wouldn't be able to help in this type of way, because now I am that mother. All right. And now they can watch our life and say, hey, this is a doomsday diagnosis. Let me find out what this can actually be a blessing. So that's pretty much how it is with me. And that's why I co-founded the group. That's why I started the magazine. That's why I do everything that I do and teach, because I want parents to see that's not the end. A diagnosis is not the end. It is the beginning of a beautiful world that you had never tapped into, and being able to see the world through the lenses of your remarkable children's eyes. It's going to give you some empathy. and some foresight that everyday people will never have because they don't have your unique special person. And so, yes, they're special, but they're especially unique, and they're your blessing, and they're here to teach you something. They're your personal angels on earth. So I thank God for my son Isaiah. I thank him for allowing me to be his mother. And of course, I have another child too, so I love my other baby too. But it just was a push for me. So I would say, don't look at it as a positive. And he changed all of our lives. He helped me see the world through completely different lenses. Okay. And I'm so grateful for that.
Oh, girl. Oh my goodness. Not only do you practice what you preach, but you preach what you practice. And once again, Proverbs 31 says that your children will rise up and call you blessed, and your husband, and he will praise you. You, my dear, is truly Proverbs 31 woman. I'm grateful to be sitting at your feet, learning this new pathway that you have paved in the podcast arena. I am blessed to be your student. And I'm grateful for Kim Jacobs for me to have Wings of Wisdom. So if you can give the listening audience and the virtual viewers one last golden nugget, that if they had a dream, but they were pulling back, what would you tell them about pursuing their dream and staying the course?
Well, I would tell them to, whatever it is that you have a desire to do. Maybe you became a mother, because normally when we become a mother or become a wife, we tend to put our dreams aside. And that goes for a man too. I would say your dreams, your desires, your purpose does not have an expiration date. Okay? It does not have an expiration date. The only time that it has an expiration date is when we give it an expiration date. We stop dreaming after a certain point when we get older. So I want you to dig deep inside of you, because every single person on the face of this planet has something that is unique to them. It's a unique way that you do something. Maybe it's a recipe, a unique spin on it. Maybe it's the way that you speak. Maybe it's the way that you do a certain thing that is unique. It may already be out, but you do it in a unique way. That is you. I don't want you to give up just because no one's supporting you right now. I want you to keep going, even if you don't have an audience cheering you on, because eventually, after you do it consistently, people will come. Okay, I don't want you to get discouraged when you start that business and none of your family and friends support you in the beginning, because it's going to happen. Trust and believe. They've been there, done that. But it will come a time where they're going to believe, and they're going to recommend you because they see that you're consistent and they see that you're going. And then it's going to be other people, complete strangers, that can understand and see your vision, that's going to lock hands with you as supporters or customers. And then it's going to be some people that's going to bless your business as investors and do all the things that needs to be done. But you need to be consistent. You need to be patient. You need to have a business plan. And if you do not understand how to do a business plan and stuff like that, then you need to reach out to me, because I don't do the business plans now, but I know a school that'll help you do it virtually. But you need to have a plan. You know, the Bible says, write it out, make it plain. And I need you just to be flexible. You are here for a reason. You are here for a purpose. And only you can help the people that you put on this earth to help. And you are good enough just the way you are. We're too hard on ourselves. We need to give ourselves grace. You're good enough just the way you are. And you don't need 1 million followers to make an impact. You can make an impact of one. Because it starts with one. It starts with one, and then it builds. Don't get so caught up in, oh, I need 1 million this. Oh, I need 1,000 this. Impact of one first. And when you impact with one first, it will grow. That 1 will turn to 10. That 10 will turn to 100. That 100 will turn to 500. And it will eventually grow. But stay focused. Stay focused on what your purpose is and watch out for distractions. But you can do it. You will do it after this episode because I believe in you. So go ahead, grab onto them dreams and move forward because you can do it. As long as you have breath in your body, you can do it. You can do it.
Wow. Wings of Wisdom, virtual viewing audience. I am so grateful for those golden, powerful nuggets. You have to be patient. You have to plan. You have to stay the course for your purpose. And Wings of Wisdom is built on biblical principle. And she just quoted Habakkuk 2:2. And you write the vision. You make it plain so that he who readeth it shall be able to run. So stay the course. The seed within you is already planted. All you need is someone to come water it, and God will give the increase. So I'm so grateful that you were able to lean in. I hope you take these golden nuggets and wrap the wings around you so that you too can soar on your own wings of wisdom. Thank you, Dr. Tina J. Ramsay, my podcast coach, for paving the way. She has a pathway. So if you are an inspiring podcaster, you know now your search is over. You don't have to look no more. You have a coach that you can connect with. So you can reach her on all media sites. So give the listening audience how they're able to reach you and connect with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. You see her, CTR Media Network 1 at gmail.com. Thank you. Thanks for leaning in. Have a wonderful Wednesday.